What is up, y'all? Welcome back out to the bench in the backyard. My name is Jordan, and this is my Ming Arillia. Today we're going to be repotting this and doing a little bit of pruning. When I say a little bit of pruning, I mean we're taking it way back. Anywhere I've got growth down here on the trunks, we're going to be cutting back to that. Get rid of a lot of this mop up top. And just see, we're going to do a little quick restart on this. See if I can't get some of these air roots to look really good. They don't look like air roots right now, but hopefully we can dig down in this root ball, and hopefully we've got a little bit of trunk down below, and we can turn some of these into air roots instead of just regular old ground roots, and make it look a little bit better. So we'll go ahead and pop into that. But before I do, if you like what you see here today, go ahead and subscribe, hit that thumbs up button. If you don't like what you see, then leave a comment down below. Tell me what I can do better, either with my trees or with the channel, with the videos. Hopefully the sound is a little bit better. I finally splurged and bought a microphone down here. But yeah, hopefully it's the sound quality is a little bit better. I know some of those videos were a little hard to hear, especially if I put music over it, and forget to cut that music volume down a little bit. So yeah, this is what we're going to be working on, and I'm going to get some supplies together, and then I will be right back. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to come in here and just really gently with our chopstick, we're going to come in and scrape away some of this, the top of our soil. All right, let me go wash these off, and then we'll talk about what we're going to be doing. All right, so this was obviously an air layer, because we've got some massive, well, it's probably an air layer, because we've got really bad inverse taper right here, which is the former ground level, which is fine. That means we won't be able to expose any more of the trunk. That is what we have. So our front is going to be about right there. We can change up the planting angle a little bit, but I don't really think I like that. So all right, so we're all watered in. mossed up, watered in, and now we're going to come in here. And we're not going to be real gentle about it. We're going to cut back pretty hard. Got a lot of top growth up here. If we bring it back a little bit, this one, we've got a bud put out right there. We'll let that go, or stay as it is. Over here, I've got buds all the way down to here. And hopefully by doing this, we'll get a lot of back budding down low. I do have this bud down here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to clip the tip and then hope this pushes, and then we can trim this back to it. I do have this new branch coming out right here, which I could cut back to. In fact, I think I'm going to. We're going to leave a little bit of stem for dieback. If you see right here, there is a node. So hopefully this will only die back to about right there, and then we can come in and trim that off later on in the summer once it actually grows. This one, I've got a bud all the way down at the base. You can see it right there. I've got two buds here. I'm going to use this top one though. So we'll actually come in, cut it off right at the node above it. As you see, I've actually got a good bit of growth on that one. So we should be good there. These are coming from different places, so that's fine. We can come in here right above these two little buds. This bud didn't make it, but I do have one right here above it. And I've got one above that. I actually got a lot above that. So we'll come on down to this bottom bud, or the second bud, I should say. Don't want to take too much off of it. This is going in the shade. We shouldn't have any problems with temperature now. It is April 28th. The coldest I see in the next 3 weeks, looking at the forecast, is like 58 or 59 degrees. So this shouldn't have any problems with the cold. This one, if we were gonna so here over on this side, we do have these two coming out, and then there's a third one up here. Do we want to keep that? I don't think I do. I do have a bud down here that I can cut back to. And this one, I think I'm going to have to take all the way back. Over here, we're just going to take off the green. And then up here, we're going to take off the whole tip. It looks pretty drastic, but these things back bud a lot. And I mean, I didn't, every single trunk that comes up has at least a little bit of green on it. So I've got a couple of buds back here. I've got this big branch bud that already broke. So everything has buds on it. We should be good. Shouldn't have too much dieback. I mean, these stubs will die back, but hopefully I cut high enough above it that all of the buds should be protected. Took off 90% of the foliage. Pretty strong. I mean, it's a subtropical species, so we don't want it to freeze, but like I said, we're not going to have any problems with that going on for the rest of the year. So I don't see that as being a problem. The biggest problem I've got is this whole trunk up here. You got this big, massive bulge right here that is just ugly. It looks like they made a cut. This is before I got it. They made a cut here and the swelling just took over. There's 1, 2, 3 cuts. That might be one that I made last year. But the other 2 cuts I did not. Actually, there's another cut back here as well. So those are going to be, that's going to be my biggest problem getting rid of. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 trunks. So if I got rid of that, it would go down to an even number. I could get rid of the whole thing. I do have a bud back here that is pushing. So I could replace that over here. Do I have anything else in there? Not really. So the question is whether or not I want to keep that. Let me know down in the comments. Should I just take this into this little fan? It would be then be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 back here if I took that out. The only problem is they're all coming from the back, which, I mean, from our front though, it kind of blocks this one out anyway. I don't really like that branch. Well, I'm not going to do it today. I know I say if you don't cut it, it's never going to get cut, but whatever. I've done enough to this. We're going to throw this in the shade, protect it from direct sunlight. Waiting for it to push, and then sometime later on this summer, we should get good bit of back budding. We can come back in and trim back anything that needs to go away, anything that dies off too much. But I do have some foliage up here. So I've got foliage on both sides of the tree that should protect these roots a little bit and make sure that they're still sending water and nutrients up. But yeah, so that is my little Ming Arillia. I also, I guess, could change. We'd get rid of this one. So it'd have a double trunk over here and a triple trunk over here. It'd be kind of this little split. Actually, I kind of like that better anyway, because I've got these two that I had to get rid of. There's actually three that I cut off. 1, 2, 3 major branches that were right in here, that were obscuring everything else. But if I come in here and cut that off, that might actually be okay. We could kind of wring this one out a little bit. Bring this one up towards the middle so it fills in this middle of this tree. You can bring that down and out. So those are some possibilities. I'm going to let this push. If I get some really strong growth from this trunk back here, then we'll look at maybe taking this one out. If I don't get any good growth from this, we might look at taking this whole thing out. If we leave this, then this will probably be our new front over here. But if we take it out, or if this gets taken out, then we'll probably be over here. All right, so it's been about a month. Did this in mid-May. It is now mid-June. And as you can see, got a lot of growth come back. Most of the growth that we cut back to actually died off. But as you can see, every single branch that we cut is now growing. So we didn't do anything too traumatic to the, well, I mean, it was pretty traumatic what we did to this tree. But it has definitely budded back. I've got some back buds down here. I've got one right there. I've got one right here that if we let that one push, we might be able to get rid of this bulb right here. So that'll be nice. We've got back budding all along this branch. So what I'm going to do today is we're going to come in, wire up some of these branches, just move them into a little bit of a more advantageous place. What I'm thinking about as the front is going to be here. If we do cut back to this one at a later time, what I might do is move this one out this way instead of straight back. Because if we put it here, now I kind of really want to get this as set this one up as a back branch. Maybe set this one up as a back branch as well. We can go about like that. So we've got this little stem right here. We'll go ahead and get rid of that. Everything else is coming from a branch. Ooh, no, that's not true. Got one there. And one right there. Oh, and I have a little sucker coming from down here. All right, so there we go. So I've got 2.5. That's just for this guy back here. Guess we should be all right. So what I'm doing right now is we're going to bring it back, then lift that up a little bit. And then this one out and about like that. Next thing we need to do, this guy's really straight. So we need to get a little bit of movement in here if we can. Pretty heavy. Let's see. Should still be enough to move it. All right, so this is very straight. This has got some nice movement to it and back. This one comes out towards us a little bit, goes back. We need to get a little bit of side-to-side movement on it. So it comes out a little bit, goes back in, and then straight back out to us. But if you look at it from the front, this one kind of looks a little straight. So we're going to wire these two together. And up here, we've got some foliage coming out right here, here, and here. And so what I'm doing here is just trying to avoid all of that. A little bit of a curve to it now. Now we're going to bring these two into that position. So we'll bring this one over a little bit, bring it back up. And this one we're going to kick out as kind of our first directional branch. Then eventually we'll come over it. So we're going to tie these two together, then tie these two together, and that should be all we really need to do. All right, so when coming between here, we're going to have to bridge it somehow. And I can either wrap around like this. Yeah. And with this, we want to be real careful when we're not trapping any of this young foliage. Especially these new branches. Like, you can see here, we've got a new branch forming, whereas this is just a leaf coming off of this branch. So this is something that we really, 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 really want to protect. Get them untangled a little bit. There we go. And with Ming Arillia, it's got a really thin bark. So be careful when you're using like a heavier gauge wire. I did scrape off a little bit of the outer bark right down here. So I'll hit that with a little bit of liquid cut paste here in just a little bit. Just to kind of give it a little bit of protection. Didn't rub off a whole lot, but it's enough that I'm kind of worried about it. We've got this one that we want to bring out. And then back up. And then our last pair that we're going to wire is going to be out here. And again, just making sure we're not cutting off any of those branches. Not cutting off, but squashing them down. This one we don't have to worry about till we get all the way up here. All right. So there we go. Little quick spin around. It's a little 180-degree tree, so it all comes down around in there. but hopefully we'll get a little bit more back budding. I've got this bud that's going to come off this way. I've got this one that's coming up this way that we can kind of bring down and around. We can also bring this one down later if we need to. But yeah, so that is that. We hard pruned this about a month and a half ago, or about a month ago, I should say. We hard pruned it in the middle of May. It is now the middle of June. We've got a lot of new growth coming up. I guess this one, I know I say I'm done with something and then I see something that I want to fix. And so I have to sit there and adjust it again and then go through my whole spiel. Okay, I'm done again. All right, so that is what I'm going to be doing with this for right now. This will go back on the bench. Let it grow out for the rest of the year, and we will see what happens with it. So that's all hard pruning back to basically nothing. We've got back budding everywhere. I've got back budding down here. I've got back budding down here, which is really nice. Hopefully we'll be able to get rid of this inverse taper back here. There's inverse taper all over this thing, so it doesn't really matter. And it's really hard to to get these cuts to heal flush. So we'll see what happens going forward with this. I don't mind it. It's kind of a cute tree. May cut back to having this as the apex right here and get rid of this one because, I mean, like I said, it's really straight. It really doesn't want to bend at all. I guess I could put like a 4 or 5 millimeter wire on it, but I don't really want to do that. So yeah. So if you liked what you saw here, go ahead, subscribe, hit that thumbs up down below. If you didn't like what you saw, leave me a comment. Let me know what I'm doing wrong, how I can make my trees better, how I can make my videos better. And until the next time I see y'all out at the bench in the backyard, just remember to grow them big, but keep them small.